Brought to you by
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Once again, welcome to the 13th of June 2025. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and this is News Tonight. Magalu Mohammed is already with us on sign language. Into the bulletin, President Yoweri Museveni, during his 2025-2026 national budget reading at Kololo last evening, condemned the hefty and dubious fines imposed on motorists under the express penalty system. The president raised these concerns following the decision by the Ministry of Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, to temporarily suspend the system for further review.
President Yoweri Museveni, during his 2025-2026 national budgetary reading at Kololo, explained that the government introduced the EPS automated system under the Intelligent Transport Monitoring System initiative to curb road crime, but strongly rejected the imposition of harsh penalties on motorists. The president's remarks came after the Ministry of Works and Transport suspended the system for traffic enforcement, pending a one-month review.
The one who's going to kill people doesn't call witnesses to see him. So I said, please, let's go technical. Let's have cameras. Now the cameras have helped us to handle a number of things. But the problem they have is that the number plates, these ones which are just, these are digitized number plates. I think the confusion about fines could be because we didn't have money and we told these people to do the number plates, maybe recover the money from those who make mistakes, fines. I don't know, I think that's where the confusion started. But the issue is about the number plate is digitized. Every vehicle must have a digital number plate, traceable by the central machinery, central command. These number plates which are put on and put off, these are meaningless. This is the whole thing about the digital number plates. It's not about money, fines, what, no. It's about security.
Some victims of the penalties shared their experiences today.
We shall violate the rules when not because we need, but because we don't know what to do.
I got the ticket after 3 days. I didn't even know what's there. And then they sent for me the picture of the car. Because of that time, if I was seeing, it was 45, but the signpost was reading 30.
The system had significantly affected the Fly Express travelers, a transport company operating along the Entebbe Express Highway, particularly in the Chituburu area, where several of their vehicles were flagged and fined heavily.
I reached on that traffic light that was it in Katabi. It's 45 there. I didn't even reach for the 50 to 60. No, I think it was right 45. Now the boss called me. We have got a ticket for 200. You go and pay it. And then I went and paid. But I didn't know what happened. What is going on? How these things are happening, starting.
Motorists and drivers welcomed the ministry's decision to review the system, but called for measures such as public sensitization.
Let them work on road signs. Other road signs, we are not seeing them. Let them put where it's big, we shall see from far. We shall know there's a road sign in front, this one 30, the next one is 40, the next one is 50.
I think now that the government has suspended the system a little bit, for them to sit down and look through it and revise the possible shortfalls that this came with. It is very well planned. I think it is a very, very good system that will, at the end of the day, reduce on the number of accidents happening along highway roads.
According to the ministry's official communication, the suspension will run until June 12, 2025. Amaiva Njuko and Mike Bakabulindi for UBC.
Thank you both. Now, Speaker in Soroti, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Mong, has rallied the people of Teso region to trust the process of cattle compensation and avoid cheap and divisible politics. This follows the allocation of 280 billion in the next budget to cater for the cattle compensation, among others.
The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has joined the leaders in Teso region to promote education in the area. Anita Among spent the entire part of Friday touring a section of schools in Gweri County under the invitation of Soroti East MP, Herbert Ariko. She first commissioned the newly constructed classroom block at Aukot Community Secondary School, established under the Herbert Ariko Foundation.
On this occasion, the Speaker is handing over a fully-fledged classroom block of 2 classes equipped with the desks for the students. On this same occasion, the Speaker is happy to commission transport facilities for the people of Gweri County.
Among hailed the progress, proposing that the school is elevated to a government status.
We are going to ensure that we get a letter from you people and turn this into a government-aided school.
Some schools still lack teachers' houses, and also we don't have enough teachers, and also some of our structures are dilapidated.
Government is committed towards improving education, as the forthcoming budget has earmarked 5.4 trillion to the sector. President Yoweri Museveni has always emphasized on the importance of free education and secondary school in each sub-county.
And I want you people to thank First Club for President Museveni. I don't hear your canini. Because if the president did not have love for education, then we will not be talking about education today. If we didn't have security, peace in Uganda, we would not be talking about education.
Anita Mong utilized the political period to campaign for the NRM party, asking the Teso people to shun those politicizing the issue of cattle compensation.
When it is not the government of the NRM that rustled the cattle here, the government has committed that it is going to compensate and restock the whole of Teso and other regions in Uganda.
And as we speak today, we have allocated 280 billion for compensation.
In March 2025, the journey to establish a secondary school in Gweri County was initiated. This witnessed the Deputy Director of National Water and Sewage Corporation, Dr. Sylvia Arinaitre, commissioning the foundation of Aukot Community Secondary School. 3 months since its commissioning, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Mong, has joined the cause for its establishment, delivering cash of over 20 million contribution from President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
If I have somebody in the house when I'm chairing, Ariko stands and I know he's the NRM, and then another person stands, whom will I pick first? I will pick Ariko.
Daniel Mugo.
The Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, has called on the NRM Electoral Commission to uphold integrity and fairness as the party heads into its internal election cycle. Alupo made the remarks shortly after being nominated to contest in Katakwi District Woman Member of Parliament race in the party primaries.
By 9 a.m. on Friday, 13th June 2025, all attention was on the NRM Electoral Commission offices at Plot 13, Chadon Road in Kampala as the Vice President of Uganda arrived for her nomination. Upon arrival, Alupo was received by the NRM Electoral Commission Chairperson, Dr. Tang Odoi, who presided over her nomination.
District Woman MP.
The Vice President is seeking another term as Katakwi District Woman MP.
The process is very short. The process is very transparent.
When asked if she is still affected by the experience of the 2020 party primaries, which forced her to contest as an independent, Alupo responded with reflection.
In the last election, I contested in the NRM primaries, and then I contested again as an independent and won the election. So I would like to request that the NRM Electoral Commission and the NRM Secretariat also adhere to their part.
She emphasized the need for the party's electoral commission to ensure a free and fair process.
So I would like to request them through this occasion to also follow the guidelines so that the elections are free and fair. Ensure that the people are not disenfranchised. Who the people elect should be the candidate who should be announced, and should be the candidate who should be given the flag.
At a personal level, Alupo pledged to respect the NRM party regulations throughout the upcoming primaries.
I have read the guidelines personally many times. I have come here to pick the forms to express interest to contest as an NRM Member of Parliament. I have also come today to be nominated to contest internally with my sisters as an NRM Member of Parliament for Katakwi District, with very deep understanding of those guidelines. And therefore, I would like to promise the NRM Secretariat and the NRM Electoral Commission that as a candidate, I will adhere to my parts of the guidelines.
She, however, distanced herself from the politics of witch hunting opponents.
I would like to categorically disassociate myself with any incidences whatsoever concerning any intimidation.
The Vice President was nominated alongside Ministers Rose Lili Akelo and retired Major General Jim Muhwezi, who will contest in Karenga and Rukungiri districts, respectively.
And I want to thank the people of Karenga district, my voters. Now is the time. I have nominated. There we go. And I know you're going to give me the flag of NRM.
I brought there health centers, schools, yes, the churches. I have supported the roads, the tarmac road we have from Rukunjiri to Ishasha, and they now want us to complete and tarmac other roads, things like that.
Although the party's roadmap scheduled Tuesday 17th June 2025 as the nomination date, the trio were nominated earlier due to their upcoming international engagements. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Thank you, Robert Nyango. Now, the leading Chinese construction company, China Communications Construction Company, CCCC, has communicated and pledged to take over the repairs on the defects on Isimba Dam. The chairman of the Chinese company made this commitment during a meeting with the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, in China.
Isimba hydropower project was constructed by China International Water and Electric Corporation to produce 183 megawatts of power at a cost of $568 million. The company is a subsidiary to the China Communications Construction Company, CCCC. The dam developed architectural defects that caused the flooding in 2022. Despite government intervention to force the company carry out repairs, it has been done.
And so any work that has not been completed is likely to impact negatively to other Chinese companies. Isimba Dam is one of those contracts that still has issues.
I was there myself. I believe it is one of those projects that are not good for our country. In 2022, we had flooding in the dam that caused a lot of losses. We went there, we had a meeting with the president, we agreed on 13 areas to be worked on. They have only worked on 3 since 2022.
A high-level delegation from Uganda, led by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, met the executives of the leading Chinese construction company, China Communications Construction Company, CCCCC, to discuss Uganda's partnership with the company. But during the meeting held in Changsha City of China, the chairman of the China Communications Construction Company, CCCCC, revealed to the Prime Minister that China International Water and Electric Corporation is a subsidiary company to CCCC.
CWE merged into CCCC, working as a subsidiary of CCCC, and before they belonged to the Ministry of Water Resources of China.
In a meeting also attended by the Foreign Affairs Minister, General Jodong, Energy Minister Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa, and the State Minister for Works Musechweru, the chairman CCCC pledged to take over the repairs on the defects of Isimba Dam.
Now, CWE is the subsidiary, since CWE is a subsidiary of CCCC, and CCCC is committed to attach the great attachments to the repairing works. And I promise that the repairing work will be the top priority of CCCC. Next week, we are going to dispatch a team, a delegation, and some expert, a team of experts to go to Uganda, and we are going to work out practical solutions.
However, the Prime Minister informed the company that Uganda will not bear the cost of repairs and demanded that the company takes full responsibility of the defects.
They want us to go for a loan. Is it in order? The company is the one that made mistakes, and they want us as government to borrow so that we can rectify those defects. I feel it's out of order. And so I want the company to foot those defects.
So you have to help this company to rectify the defects on Isimba. There are other opportunities in hydropower. We have Kiba project, 400 megawatts, bigger than Isimba, which is 183 megawatts. So we can't trust a company that has issues on a small generation plant of 183.
The Prime Minister also invited the CCCC's company to partner with Uganda in developing the railway sector.
So the President is advising us to use the railway. And so we warmly invite you, you the capable and responsible partners, such as CCC.
This afternoon, the Ugandan delegation used a bullet train from Changsha to Schengen over an 8-hour journey by road, but only took 3 hours.
She's enjoying the trip.
Now, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has bid farewell to the outgoing Israel ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Michael Otem. During a meeting at State House Nakasero, the First Lady acknowledged the strong bilateral ties between Uganda and Israel and appreciated the ambassador Otem as his tour of duty ends. She commended Israel's historic support in education, agriculture, and capacity building, while assuring Uganda's continued friendship, prayers, and support despite Israel's current challenges. Mrs. Museveni highlighted the suspended bilateral programs, including the agro-studies and Mashhav programs, which had benefited Ugandan students and professionals. Ambassador Lotem, in his remarks, thanked the government of Uganda for its enduring support, urging Uganda as a non-aligned movement chair to stand with Israel, especially in the upcoming UN forums. He also explored potential partnerships with Israel companies in Uganda's education sector, advocating for transparency in the future engagements. Anialoba. The International Criminal Court is set to commence the confirmation of charges hearing against Joseph Kony on 9 September 2025. Kony faces 36 counts of war crimes and crimes against humanity, including murder, rape, sexual harassment, and other serious offences. Speaking at a media engagement, Vaughan Brown, the senior trial lawyer in the office of the prosecutor at the ICC, confirmed that all necessary submissions from both parties have been completed and the prosecution has substantial evidence to proceed with the matter.
Joseph Kony, a warlord and the alleged leader and founder of the Lord's Resistance Army, is facing 12 counts of crimes against humanity and 23 counts of war crimes, including murder, rape, and sexual enslavement, among other grave offences. He allegedly committed these offences in 2003 and 2004 in northern Uganda. On Friday morning, representatives of the International Criminal Court held a media engagement to update the nation about the progress of Joseph Kony's case. Leon von Braun, the senior trial lawyer from the office of the prosecutor, stated that a 60-page document of evidence is set to kickstart the hearing of the case against Kony in his absence.
We have received a decision of the pre-trial chamber issuing the decision that the confirmation of charges hearing in Mr. Kony's absence would take place on the 9th of September of this year.
Although the defense legal team led by Peter Hyenes had earlier appealed against the proceedings, arguing that a trial in absentia was not valid, the court ruled otherwise.
The appeals chamber rejected all of the defense arguments on the interpretation of the Article 61(2)(b) and their interpretation of the meaning of a person who cannot be found. And if you are somebody, a person who has fled or cannot be found, does not need to be distinguished. Those two forms.
The prosecution will also rely on written witness statements from affected communities in Gulu, Lila, and other regions.
Wanted, as Office of the Prosecutor, to call 5 witnesses to come and orally testify, meaning testify live before the court as individuals. But the decision of the judges is that we don't need to call them to testify live, so we can only rely on statements or summary evidence or the documentary evidence for the confirmation hearing. So,
in an effort to ensure victims and communities access the proceedings, the ICC will implement grassroots sensitization through various media platforms and other initiatives.
We have the responsibility to make sure these proceedings are followed by the victims and affected communities and stakeholders and the media. Civil society would have live radio broadcasts. Already we have contracted the services of 4 radio stations based in Gulu, in Lira, and in Soroti to ensure that they publicize live the proceedings.
Despite the ICC issuing an arrest warrant for Joseph Kony on 8th July 2005 and later amending it on 27th September 2005, attempts to trace him have continued to yield no results. Rebecca Nantongo, Dorcas Chimono, UBC News.
Now, after decades of war in northern Uganda, much of the recovery effort by humanitarian actors has focused on women and children. But a groundbreaking study by Makerere University's Department of Women and Gender Studies is now turning the spotlight on a long-forgotten group of men. Let's hear more in this report.
In the districts of Gulu, a quiet transformation is unfolding, not through political negotiations or peace talks, but through healing. A 6-year study by Makerere University's Department of Women and Gender Studies is focusing on the overlooked role and recovery of men in post-conflict northern Uganda.
We really wanted to understand what those communities saw as the current masculinities existing within them. Therefore, we were examining notions of masculinities, those that they found to be ideal and those that they found were the real masculinities now.
While many humanitarian programs have prioritized women and children, this study recognizes that men too bear deep psychological scars.
We need to change the narrative of looking at men as the perpetrators, as responsible for all the predictors of gender-based violence. And fortunately, the world is more aware that gender violence is an evil that needs to come to an end.
The project, which began in 2019, was led by Professor Sarah Sally and Dr. Evelyn Lutwama Rukundo in partnership with Salamander Trust and the Mind and Life Institute.
We found communities that had mental illnesses, high levels of drunkenness, high levels of prostitution, mistrust amongst them, maimed bodies due to landmines. We found a community with economic devastation.
The research focuses on 3 war-affected sub-counties in Gulu district, including Omel, Unyama and Awach, all of which suffered heavily during the Lord's Resistance Army insurgency.
The men did express that they felt left out, they felt cheated, that they too had effects of war, emotional, psychological and physical, but they were not getting as much attention from other interventions.
Titled From Violence and Victims to Voices and Vision, the study combines research with practical interventions aimed at helping men heal and rebuild their lives.
Many of them had left the responsibilities, the domestic responsibilities, to women. Many of them didn't want to farm anymore and were spending a lot of time in the centers drinking. Many of them felt helpless.
Using a step-wedged approach, researchers were not only collecting data, but also introducing mindfulness practices and dialogue-based healing methods to help men confront trauma, isolation, and emotional suppression. During a dissemination workshop at Makerere University, the team revealed that significant change is now visible among men in these communities.
We found that the cases of GBV were reducing within the homesteads, especially of those who were participating in the training, because they were using techniques that we were sharing with them. For example, the eye technique, which improves one's communication.
The United Nations and local humanitarian agencies, the LRA insurgency, which lasted over 20 years, displaced over 1.8 million people. An estimated 60,000 children were abducted, many forced into combat or sexual slavery, and tens of thousands of men were killed. Findings from this study serve as a bold reminder that healing must be inclusive. Tony Senabulia compiled this story for IBC.
The Permanent Secretary Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Amina Zawide, has announced a compulsory training of 200 government officers starting 7th July at the ICT hub in Nakawa with an aim to improve their communication skills. The training comes free from the Multi-Choice Uganda to improve Ugandan content, as the training also focusing on natives, which is at the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding held at the Ministry of ICT. Let's hear more in this report.
We are training 200 government communication officers, and that training will take place in July, starting in the week of 7th July. So all government communication officers have got communication from my office, from the Office of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, to participate in this training. The training is compulsory for all officers. Compulsory means mandatory for all these officers, because we have to have a collective drive. It is a responsibility of Ministry of ICT, that is the mother ministry of all these communication officers, to be able to scale them. And our goal now is to improve how we communicate and be able to have the right skill sets, some of which Multi-Choice has given to us free of charge. Therefore, communication officers, there will be no excuse of I do not have the money to train. The training is coming for free, and it is going to be at the National ICT Innovation Hub in Nakawa during the week of 7th July. And after that, you will be getting certificates of participation and studying of doing this course. So please heed to the call and be able to attend in numbers. But also those other young people out there that are going to be trained, we expect that we shall see the image of Uganda get better as you post better content, also as you create employment opportunities for yourselves. Together we are going to shape this country as a ministry and Multi-Choice Uganda, Multi-Choice Africa.
We believe and uphold that partnerships like this one will emphasize the importance in involving in upcoming and long-lasting solutions for industry challenges and driving innovation. So we're proud to partner with the ministry and we look forward to achieving results and ensuring that we contribute towards the development of digital transformation.
Thus, letting them know that you've already written to them.
Now, as we take you back to our top story, President Yoweri Museveni has urged the leadership of the National Defense College, NDC, to introduce more strategic courses aimed at enhancing military excellence. The president stressed that the Army's strategic capability must align with stable politics, a strong economy, reliable social and services, plus healthy, capable within a population. He made the remarks while officiating at the graduation ceremony of 22 senior military officers who successfully completed a one-year course in national security and strategic studies at the National Defense College in Njero, Buyikwe district.
Is the Minister of State for Defense.
His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has presided over the third graduation ceremony of 22 military officers who successfully completed a one-year course in national security and strategic studies, the flagship program at the National Defense College in Njeru, Buyikwe district.
They exhibited very positive attitude and commitment not only to learn but also to share their wide experiences amongst themselves.
The officers include 2 brigadier generals, 19 colonels and 1 civilian, and 4 of them have been recognized for excellently performing during the one-year course. The Deputy Chief of Defense Forces and Inspector of Defense, Lieutenant General Samuel Okiding, emphasized that the college provides advanced military education and strategic training for both senior officers and civilians. He said that efforts are underway to increase civilian participation as the college plays a critical role in shaping leaders to address complex security challenges. He reaffirmed that while the UPDF remains a reliable force, corruption continues to destabilize the state, fueling public discontent.
So since now you are fluent
with the language of national security. I welcome you back, and collectively come and join us, and we fight that enemy, that virus.
Meanwhile, negotiations are ongoing to procure additional land around the college to support future developments. Jacob Oboth, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, reiterated that the current security environment demands well-trained officers capable of navigating both security and civilian dynamics. He revealed that plans are underway to establish a national defense university.
Defense University, once established, will offer other higher security-related courses, promote research and development and innovation into appropriate security systems. I am also happy to announce that the National Defense College, Uganda, will soon begin admitting course members from various ministries, departments, and agencies.
In his remarks, President Museveni stated that a successful army requires more than just training. It also depends on stable politics, a strong economy, reliable social services, a capable and healthy population.
When we got independence, we had no... Now when you go... So when we came, we had to study the anatomy of preparing security managers, defense managers. When we were training our people in Mozambique, the Mozambicans would say, number one, individual acts of a soldier. Acts individual. You yourself, an individual person, to be a good soldier. To know your weapon, to know how to handle it, to know how to take cover, how to advance under fire. Yourself as an individual first.
He emphasized that UPDF institutions like the National Defense College are critical in fostering strategic thinking across leadership levels.
Strategic level is different from tactical, from operational, which are part of the effort. Strategic level is A to Z. When you understand the situation from A to Z, then that's the strategic grasp of what you are dealing with. So now, this one, for some time, we were sending our people to South Africa, to India, I think. Then we started sending a few to Kenya. But I'm glad now we have it here.
Since its launch on the 28th of January 2022, the National Defense College has become a vital pillar in Uganda's efforts to strengthen the national security capacity. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News, at the National Defense College in Njeru, Buikwe District.
Well, thank you very much there, Ivan Kahwa. Right now, we want to head over to Koboko, where the State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahara, is busy campaigning there on the youth livelihood. And of course, it's a program that is part of the government's wealth creation. Let's head over to Koboko.
Yeah.
It's time for what?
Action.
So we are going now to blast our fireworks.
Are we ready for fireworks?
And we say no to poverty. We say no to what?
Poverty.
Please carry on, start. Young lady, start from there. Who is there? You try to start, hurry.
Yeah.
That is the time. Please pick your clothes and raise it up. Pick your clothes. Get your clothes.
Kitamana kukata kita wingota. Ikola piano tena na kama. All stars. Let's go. Hey, wait! Are you ready? Warrior! And then the warrior! Warrior!
As a little girl, my grandma told me that I could be just anything that I wanted to. When as a little girl, my grandma told me that I could be just anything that I wanted to. She said that everything I work for, everything I wish for, everything I look for is right in front of me. Everything I work for, everything I wish for, everything I look for is right in front of me.
Somebody say, put your hands up.
Koboko, the time is now to launch our song of the president.
Yeah, all stars.
The song performed by all stars of Koboko. This is the time. Please, DJ.
Security. Let the other guys leave the stage.
Others go off the stage.
Hey, yo.
Others go off the stage.
Part of Africa. And we get the youth to secure their future in the land of freedom. That's my country. Mpaka leo nakuweke kingi na katina refugee. Asante sana kutunga sisi muzee mpaka last Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. My future security.
Brought to you by
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hi, Mango Senior School. We are here to reward one of our winners that paid school fees with Momo, and they got themselves school fees for a whole year.
The winner is my little sister. We loaded the money on my line. We did a payment. So basically that's the story behind as to why it's me and then mom. It's such a relief for any parent, because you imagine sitting at the back and knowing the child is going to do school for a full year. You're not worried about anything whatsoever. So I'm excited. Thank you, MTN.
This is continuous, so please, I call upon everyone to continue paying school fees with Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash and pay school fees with Momo and stand a chance to win school fees for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Use daughters on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SITs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! F-O-B! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you talk about innovation, I don't immediately think about flying cars. No, I think about things that solve typical Ugandan problems. For example, a sensor that helps you to know the right watermelon to buy. An alarm system in homes that reminds you kebera kukedo agenda fa. A device that braids hair under 7 minutes. An alert system installed in Parliament sends SMS every time your MP starts dozing like this. A lie detector for relationships.
I love you.
Say it again.
I love you.
Do you have what it takes
The spotlight is on you. The National Science Week 2025 is here from the 15th to 20th June 2025 at Kololo Independence Ground. Entrance is free to all. Made in Uganda. Innovation to market. This message is brought to you by Science, Technology and Innovation Secretariat.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of quick pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who is 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Brought to you by
Welcome back from that short break. Now into the world of business. Stakeholders from both the public and private sectors have convened at the Serena Hotel in Kampala for a post-budget dialogue aimed at assessing the potential of the 2025-2026 national budget as a catalyst for business growth. The forum focuses on analyzing the budget's key priorities, funding strategies, and its role in fostering the more conducive environment for investment and enterprise.
The national budget for 2025-2026 is projected at Uganda shillings 72.3 trillion shillings, with priority areas including agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral-based development, and advancements in science and technology. Stakeholders emphasize the need to strengthen partnerships and bridge resource gaps to accelerate development.
Budgets must ultimately translate into impact, into jobs created, areas cleared, and opportunities unlocked for entrepreneurs and households alike. That's why we view the enhanced allocation of 1.4 trillion towards domestic areas as a signal of intent, an important step in restoring liquidity to the business community.
Concerns were, however, raised over Uganda's growing borrowing appetite and the mounting debt burden. In the next financial year, the government is expected to borrow Uganda shillings 34 trillion. Present at the Absa Bank organized budget dialogue was the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, who addressed some of the concerns raised.
We are capital technology constrained. Our country does not have capital. We have small money, which is also expensive. Why is our money small? Because most of us don't save. We save in the morning, we are depleting it in the afternoon. These banks have savings accounts. They say, come and open a savings account at Absa. I open, but they give me ATM card. I save in the bank hall in the morning. Then as I go home, I start to think, life is short. I might die. Then I change my mind. I go and put in the card and draw the money.
Although Uganda's fiscal health remains under pressure, the government remains optimistic, describing the current situation as temporary. In the 2025-2026 financial year, the Uganda Revenue Authority is tasked with collecting 34 trillion shillings in domestic revenue, up from Uganda shillings 29.2 trillion in the current financial year.
What is also important is to think about the government programs or initiatives, especially those that are meant to bring what we call the Montuwa 1C into the contributing part of the economy.
Dennis Ikoa, UBC.
Well, thank you very much there, Dennis Sigona. State Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to promoting value addition on agricultural products. The minister says this remains a key strategy for wealth creation and poverty eradication. This commitment is in line with the development theme for the next financial year, which emphasizes on agro-industrialization.
It pays to add value to agricultural products. That is why sweet potatoes, soya beans, cassava, groundnuts and maize corn, among others, are central to daily operations of Celestine Subi. Since establishing this venture in 2009, he has never looked back.
I started this business of adding value addition on the agricultural material in 2009. So as per now, we are growing, and now we are thankful that even our government of NRM is now promising to be behind us.
State Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite, visited the facility to commend the progress made.
As it is, through PDM, we have been able to give money for many Ugandans to be able to go into business. They are going to lose money if they do not do value addition. So the surest way of getting out of poverty is by doing value addition. And through value addition, you're actually creating a chain of jobs. You can imagine this young man without getting any support from government, apart from security, peace and security, and having the LC1s and the councillors with him here, he has been able to create 70 jobs.
During her tour, she pledged continued government support for this and other similar ventures.
I believe that as NRM, under the leadership of President Museveni, we're in the right track. We just have to give our people the necessary support, and surely we will see unemployment as history in this country.
This visit comes just a day after the presentation of the 2025-2026 financial year budget, which highlighted past achievements and set future priorities. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you very much there, Henry. Now, with less than a month to the 2025 Rugby Africa Cup, MTN Mobile Money Momo has extended its partnership with the Uganda Rugby Union. The partnership is centered at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, marking the launch of ticket sales to enable the grandeur experience that the Africa Cup will bring. Let's head into our sports segment.
Uganda will host 8 other nations for the 2025 Rugby Africa Cup, which is a qualifier to the Men's World Cup due in Australia in 2027 from the 8th till 19th July. The Rugby Africa Cup will be a contest between Uganda, Zimbabwe, Algeria, Kenya, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Morocco. But before Uganda hosts for a second time, seeking another African title, MTN Mobile Money and Uganda Rugby Union have renewed a partnership for a better fans experience.
MTN Momo has been part of this journey. We had a first 1-year agreement with the union, and now we are getting into a 3-year partnership. The question is why? And it's because we have, one, a commitment to serve the people of Uganda. The game of rugby is one which is resilient. It espouses many characteristics that we associate with.
Work again and hosted as Uganda, and also one of the first ones, the partnership with Momo. And this year we are now in the second year, probably going to 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, and
us have been trying to onboard us a number of partners to hold onto the dream that we have, and because we already had government of Uganda.
Uganda, that finished 5th at the 2024 edition, won by Zimbabwe, has players like Santos Senteza, Byron Oketayot, Sol Chivumbi, and Pius Ogena.
As a player, like need the fans are ours, 16 months. You need fans to come in the field and support the game. And as a player, and you play for the national team, it's really amazing to have fans in the field. The fans make the game. Without the fans, we're nothing.
The team is currently in Southern Africa for trial games and a high-performance camp that is expected to hone it for the challenge ahead. Story by John Barnes Sentamu for UBC.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you once again for keeping it with us. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango Mugalu Mohammed has been with us on sign language. Let's meet again at 10.